Engineers inspect the summary video here in New Brunswick, and here we have a fire escape. First thing we got is we got to reposition this satellite dish up here somewhere. Right now you can't get out of this window because right now your satellite dish, you can't be ducking underneath this, so this is improper. Can't have this here. Put it up on the roof like this other one, but it can't be here. It's an obstruction. Life safety issue. Okay, we got an all welded fire escape here. Let's be very clear. The code in New Jersey is very simple. The International Building Code states that depending on the structural condition, a load test may be ordered before you bring the fire escape back into service. To support that, you've got the NFPA Life Safety Code, which says, the authority having jurisdiction shall accept by means of a load test or other satisfactory evidence that of the fire escape's strength. And then the third is the International Building Code, and it says that all fire escapes shall be examined and or load tested and then certified in lieu of a load test. So what we have here is a fire escape all welded. Every single one of these welded fire escape connections must be x-rayed or load tested for me to basically sign off for the guarantee. Or to avoid having to verify every one of these welded connections, which water is getting in here and rotting these out, water is getting into the treads and rotting things out. Water is getting into these connections and rotting everything out. Water is getting in here. The only way to stop verifying all these crazy connections, as soon as I put a hole through there, put a bolt, put an angle clip in here, put a bolt, I don't have to do that. So you need to start sealing a lot of these welded connections with silicone, but to not have to load test and or load test and or x-ray this at very great cost, you put in a little 2x2 angle in here, bolt it this way, keep your weld, seal it all up with silicone. You don't have to do that. So all these, whoever did these treads didn't have the mathematics on down below, but here there's 2 bolts. Down below they only put 1 bolt and then welded the back. So every one of these, if there's any rust inside the connection, but you should seal this so that the water doesn't get in there. Put a bolt there. These are the minors. These don't, but they need to be sealed, clean, sealed. Any major structural needs to be rebolted. You leave behind any square head bolts, you got to load test it. You change that bolt out, put a brand new bolt in here, no load test needed. You got to verify the connections into the wall. A lot of these brackets that go back and forth, so you need a bolt here to avoid having to load test and or verify with x-ray. Bolt. So a lot of this is bolted. This fire escape, 75% or more of this fire escape is all welded. It was kind of built right here. So a lot of these welds need to be load tested or x-rayed for verification, or you just put in bolts where the welds are. See all the rot that's going between 2 pieces of metal? You got to clean that out and you got to seal it so the water doesn't get in there anymore and rots out both pieces of steel. You've got this side over here. All that rot's got to be cleaned out, rebolted, no welding. The fire escape is older than 1978, presumed to have lead, so there's no welding allowed on a fire escape that has lead. You have to have an EPA renovator's license to touch this, and you must have a permit. The city official will want an engineer to oversee. If you're going to spot repair this fire escape and load test it, they want engineer oversight. If you're going to load test this fire escape, or refurbish this fire escape and avoid the load test, they want engineer oversight. Criteria must be submitted to the official, and that criteria is what they're going to use to pull the permit. Connections into the building must be verified. They've got a lot of cement. Whoever did the cement left a crap of cement all over this job, and that cement is accumulating water and it's rotting all that steel. So we got rotten steel in that corner. We got original square head bolts in the job. Rotting corner right there. Look at this. You know, this is a mess over here. And look at all that rot in there. All that's got to be cleaned out. So some of this is in pretty sad shape. Going down the fire escape here. This is the staircases where the guy has a bolt in the front to weld it in the back. So again, every welded connection needs to be load tested or x-rayed, or avoid that, you just basically put a bolt in it. These should all be sealed. So there's a weld here and a bolt here. See, one bolt, and then in the back nothing, so the guy adjusted this on site. Every one of these needs to be load tested or x-rayed, but as soon as you put a bolt through here, you don't need to verify that weld anymore, and you can just seal it up with silicone. So it needs a paint job. Look at all the dirt, look at all the cement that somebody left behind here. Okay, so again, all welded fire escape. Well, all these treads need the same thing. You do need a single line rail on this side, because you only have a rail on the outside. So even if it's just a single rail on the wall, it's fine. All welded. Legs to the ground. Got to make sure that those legs are not rotting in the ground there. See the footing there? Legs to the ground. So a lot of this was just welded. I think this whole fire escape system was sort of a mix between the two buildings and just all welded. Needs a full paint job. And again, needs to tie back into the building. And again, you need to, as the code states, load tested or other satisfactory evidence to the building official to avoid the load test. So that's other means of strength. So you have to refurbish this whole entire fire escape so that all the welds are either rebolted, or if you want to spot repair and then load test it, you can. If you have any questions on this fire escape here, please give me a call. This is Fire Escape Engineers, Inspector Meneses, 800-649-3333, 800-649-3333.
you.